What's up, YouTube? Heard some news about Google Stadia. 400 games in development from 200 different developers, 15 exclusives. So they're saying that 2020 is about to end. Of course, 2021 is looking good. 2022, they got their sights on, and that they're looking good for there. And their main focus right now is 2023 and beyond. That's great news for Google Stadia. Um, you don't hear much about Google Stadia, and now you're starting to hear more. And if you are a Google Stadia owner, if you have Google Stadia and you enjoy the content, that's beautiful. That's great. That's great news for you as a gamer. I will say this about exclusives. You know, I understand it. Um, it's a good, it's a bittersweet thing. You know, with this, for this reason, certain systems are built better than other systems, stronger, all that, better processor, stronger graphics, all of that stuff, right? Certain systems have more exclusive than others, right? But they look so much better on a particular system. Let's say it like that. But then people will say that system doesn't have any exclusives, and what's the point? Here's my thing. I think anybody who, people who don't mind, they just want all platforms. They're going to buy these platforms and then accept them for what they are. Anybody who has a particular platform and has been sticking with that one for a long time, that's probably what they're more than likely that's what they're going to go with, simply because that's what they're used to. Now, I did a video talking about how I end up getting an Xbox, and I love the Xbox. But I think all those systems are great. I think PlayStation is great. I think Nintendo is great. I think what Google Stadia is doing is great, and they're growing. They're getting stronger, and they have a lot of great retro systems. You know, I'm just not into this hate thing. I'm not into this. Oh, it's only this and it's only that and everything else sucks. That's just not me. That's not who I am. But I do love what Nintendo does, and I love what Xbox do. Now, all these hate and rant videos, people they can cancel that. It's really just a waste of energy and time. But my thing on exclusives is like, if you have a system that will give you better graphics, smoother frame rates and everything, and you don't want that system because they don't have exclusives, okay, that's your right, your choice. But when people try to make videos and try to destroy a company, which is they're not succeeding in it, but just try their best to try to make a company look bad, it's like I don't understand how you don't feel like a fool doing that when these companies have been around, and it's not just the gaming industry that they get money from, okay? And they're super rich companies. Regardless, here's the thing. Just because you don't have a lot of exclusive titles don't mean that the system itself is bad. I mean, you take like 2K, for example. NBA 2K is a system game for every system, right? But they're going to look sharper. It's going to play smoother and look better on one particular system overall. But then they say, but they don't have exclusives. Okay. The thing about exclusives is this. If you see a game that you really, really, really like and you want it, but you don't have that system, it's kind of a bummer because it's like, man, I don't have that. Like, for example, right? People who are crazy about Spider-Man Miles Morales is like, damn, but I don't have a PlayStation. Oh, well. Same thing if you had like Forza Horizon. Damn, I don't have a 360. I mean, a 1X or, you know. Now, if you saw Red Dead Redemption 2, everybody who talked about that game and how it looked and how it played, they talked about the Xbox version of it. That game is gorgeous. I have both of them, but both games. I mean, but the second one, man, the graphics is sick. You like the Tomb Raider. To me, out of all the games I saw, Red Dead Redemption 2, Tomb Raiders 2 and 3, Forza Horizon, man, the graphics on those games and in Cyberpunk now too. Cyberpunk video graphics are sick, man, too. I mean, they just don't get much better than that. Now, the thing is, exclusives are great if you have that system that's putting out these exclusives. If not, there's other games. But I understand exclusive. That's honestly what separates each system from the other in terms of the longevity of how many people are, somebody might not have a particular system and decide, you know what, I love that game. I'm getting that system. And that could do it. At the same time, I'm just not into the console wars at all. That's y'all can have that. Y'all can sit and beef and insult each other about what sucks and what doesn't. I don't care about any of that. I try to show support to all the systems. I don't have to have a system to give it props and to give the people the props that work hard to put these systems together and everything. My thing with Google Stadia is it's basically I live in an area where the Wi-Fi is just it's really shaky out here, so that wouldn't suit me too good because the fact that you're sitting there is like sometimes you're trying to sign in even now and it's like you can't sign in. You got to keep trying, and go turn your Wi-Fi on and off and all this crap, and finally it'll kick in. So that's why it wouldn't work for me. Plus, I already have. There's nothing that I would now for me to have a Google Stadia. I would do it for their exclusives. In the beginning, they didn't have any. Now they're starting to develop more, and from now to 2023, with these 400 games that they're talking about, especially, it's like, yeah, they're talking about exclusives strictly for the Google Stadia. Now, what those games are, I don't know yet, and I can't wait to see the I'm into this stuff, so I'm just into it, man. So at the end of the day, I think that's great news for Google Stadia. But like I was saying about exclusives, that's what set systems apart. That's part of what it does. Because once you understand what the system can do, you understand the graphical power and all that, the frame rates and how it handles this and that and all that good stuff. Then it comes down to, okay, the games. The exclusives start to become that driving point of, okay, you can only get this if you got that system. And I believe that will help. Well, you just got to go without if you don't have it. It's as simple as that. But so I do understand it. I do understand it. I mean, there's nobody who has more exclusives than Nintendo. They just have games you're only going to get on Nintendo. PC gamers, the same thing, where you have games that are strictly for PC. And I actually saw a video somebody did where they were talking about how PC is dead, PC gamers, and laughing, and the same exact foolish nonsense where it's like, why would you laugh at I mean, I don't understand how people can be so full of hate and stupidity that you just want to see something fall apart for what? I just don't understand people. I sometimes I'm like, human beings just really suck, man. Like, what the fuck do I gain if I find out that PC gaming is dead or Google Stadia has failed? Ha 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 ha. What the fuck would I celebrate that? What is it to celebrate? How am I? Why would I be happy about that? Why would I be glad to see a company fail, man? Like, I mean, the only time I know people to do stuff like that is when they work for a company and that company screwed them. And then they're just like, yeah, okay, they have a reason to hate these people. But, I mean, what do you know. PC gaming is not dead. PC gaming is well and alive. So I don't even know where these people come from, this nonsense. And they spend so much time doing research to try to find numbers where this system is not this and that. And the numbers went down and people are not buying the games like they used to. And it's like, and you're happy about that? So, anyways, I think that's great for Google Stadia, and I'm just interested to see the direction that they go. And then too, like I said, you never know what you wind up buying in the future. Right now, I have no reason to buy anything other than what I have. So we got the Series X, we got the Xbox One X, we have a Nintendo Switch, we have a 360, we have a Nintendo Wii. So I don't need any more systems. I have games right now that I haven't even come close to completing yet. So just to have a huge library and it's like, well, damn, I didn't even beat this game yet. I didn't even beat that game yet. And that's the distraction when you just keep piling games up, and then you haven't even beat what you have yet. So, I'm good with what I have, but like I said, I like this. It made me think about like back as a kid, man, when you had all these multi-platforms that came out, from TurboGrafx to Atari Jaguar, Neo Geo system, Sega Saturn, Sega CD, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, all this stuff. I mean, you basically had such a variety if you chose to get all those games. I'm not a kid anymore, and I'm not going through all that buying every single system. I mean, no problem. For whoever do it, there's nothing wrong with it. That's what you want to do. But me, I'm not. I have enough systems. So right now for me, it's Nintendo and it's Xbox as far as what I'm spending my money on. But I support every system, man. I want to see the PS5, do great things. I want to see, like, I don't, what do I care what system is selling the most? As long as I enjoy what I have, that's all that matters. I don't want to see demise of Sony, Michael. I don't want to see the demise of any company just because I don't have it, or it may be more popular than the system that I have. I mean, and what does that mean? Who cares? Burger King is more popular than White Castle, but does that mean that I want to see White Castle go out of business? Because, oh, the hell with White Castle. Burger King is number one. Okay, fine. Anyway, just wanted to drop that news. I think that that's beautiful for not just Google Stadia, but for the gaming industry, man. Because even though I'm not into the console wars, the more systems you have, the more success that you have with different systems, I guess it just makes it more interesting for people that's into gaming. Gives them more to talk about. But what you'll never get from me, like even when I did a video and you heard me refer to PS5 fanboys, that's exactly what I meant. These were guys. This is not a shot at Sony or the PS5, and I'm pretty sure people that even have half a brain understood that this is about the fanboys, and that's that is the system that they were supporting and ha-haing about and talking about how it's crushing in competition and yada yada and just saying a bunch of dumb shit about Microsoft going out of business and Microsoft is crap and this is ass, don't buy it, it's a waste of time. Well, if you hate it so much, why the fuck would you go spend your money or even be interested in even playing? So basically, these people, if you actually played a Series X, you didn't even play it with intentions to have fun and enjoy yourself. You basically played it with the intentions of let me just find a way to shame this system. Let me talk shit about this console. But you know how stupid you look when you support one particular console, but every time the company that you claim you hate make a new console, you go and buy it. Is that what you're doing? So you can just make a YouTube career out of being negative about what another company's doing? So I don't get it. It's ignorant. I don't need to get it. I can't relate to that. You know. So kudos to Google Stadia for that. And I wish them nothing but success and continued success. Salute to you. And listen, this is all I'm going to say in this video. I'll catch y'all on the next one.